Hey, it says we're live. Hopefully some of you are going to find me pretty quick. Don't see anybody yet. Ah, there we go. Andre, greetings. Hopefully we'll have our crowd, our tribe on here. A whole bunch of us pretty soon. Hey, Cindy. I got some stuff to show you, and since Facebook has given me such a hard time, and I keep getting thrown off, I guess we'll just try and do this live. And yeah, my hair is very different today. I never know. Guess it's the humidity. Hey, Bobby. Yes, Dana, live now. Hey, Nadine, Missy. I guess that's one of the ways y'all can tell I'm live right now is I can call some of you out and say, hey, on the spot. Look at all this hair thing going on. Kind of crazy. Missy, Margaret. Good afternoon, Cindy. Diana. Hey, Mary. How's it going, gal? Amanda. Hey, y'all. I've got some fun stuff to show you. Does that look better with a light? Better without? Doesn't seem to matter. It is what it is. All right, beloved. Let me... Hello, Bobby Pepper Preston. Vilhana, greetings. Danielle. Well, Danielle, I don't know. She says, should I even use a Schumann resonance generator with it being this high? I don't use them myself. However, I was gifted with a really lovely tuning fork that is tuned to the heartbeat of the earth, Schumann resonance. And who was that? That was one of the kitties. Who was it? Sugar. Hey, baby. Of course, when people say the Schumann resonance, what they really mean is the heartbeat of the earth, which is 7.83 hertz. So if you have a generator, I'm assuming that that is what it's generating, which would be that constant frequency, which should not change at all with what's happening right now. Well, come here, baby. Come say hi to everybody. Come on. Oh my goodness, there she is. Cute little critter. Look at that adorable baby cat. Okay, she's heading to the window to watch birds. All right, everybody. Sue Marie from South Africa. Hey there. The whole global community is showing up. Hey, Candy. Hey there, Tina. Deb, hey. Oh my goodness. Tina says hair absorbs energy. Woo! Mine must be absorbing some today. I mean, look at it. Wow! Okay, let's see. Yes, Cindy. She says hopefully she'll get to watch the whole show today. Hey, Julie from the foothills of North Carolina. Well, thank you, Celine. That's very sweet of you. Diana Radic from Croatia. Woohoo! Welcome, everyone. Welcome, Diana. And Ashley from Colorado Springs. I am doing well. I am, absolutely. Pain levels toned way down today, which is nice. Hey, Kentucky, Susan. Aw, Cindy, that's so sweet. She says I'm beautiful. My goodness, you all are all just so sweet and kind to me. Tina, I am doing well. Nice to see you too. Marjolaine Zavi. Yes, I am, Teresa. Okay, y'all, you ready? I got to quit talking to everyone. I want to keep it up, but let's look at what's happening. Here we go. Are you ready? Bam! There we go. Oh, Sugar at the window watching the birds. There it is. Look at all those black spikes. And those of you who've been with me a while, you know what that means. When we see a bunch of black spikes on the Schumann resonance on any of the Schumann charts, it has been observed that this means we have opportunity for timeline shifts or jumps. So don't be surprised if you're experiencing some odd things and anomalies today. And you can see earlier it looked fine. But right here at about 1500 UTC, so this is the Italian Cumiana chart, so UTC is straightforward with it. The Russian chart, you have to put +7 hours to theirs to hook it up to UTC. So here we are at about 1500, we got our first bunch of spikes, which lasted almost an hour. And then here we are. Look at those. Those are big, thick black spikes. Wow. And this is on one of the understated charts. So for it to look like this, pretty darn big deal. And we see 1800 is right there. So what time is it UTC? Let's find out really quick. It is 1833 UTC. So as you can see, doing a lot of rhyming here. That's been happening for a few days, it seems. We look right here, as you can see, the UTC is showing this happened within the last 35, 40 minutes. And look at those spikes. Dang, look at all of them. They're the big thick ones, and then there are smaller ones, and there are lots of them. Look at, oops, I'm gonna have to do it this way so you can see. Look at those multiple black spikes in that one streak. Yeah, buddy, there's a lot going on. These are exciting times, to say the least. I never believed in such things, but oh yes, I do now. Yesterday, some of you had commented, well, I can see better without my reading glasses in this case. Some of you had commented on Ozzy Osbourne dying, and you said you remembered it happening the day before. And one of you said you actually talked to friends about it. And another one said you said it out loud that he had died, and yet it was only announced yesterday. At least that's the timeline we're on right now. So that's when a timeline shift or a timeline anomaly becomes a Mandela effect. That's a pretty tight one, though. But of course it was named Mandela effect because when Nelson Mandela died and it was announced, I'm trying to remember the actual time because see, I remember it happening a long time ago. Anyway, it happened much earlier, and lots of people remembered the date, and then it came out that he had just died. And everybody was like, wait, we thought he died way back then. And it wasn't just a few people, it was many people. Therefore, they call it the Mandela effect, meaning people remember an event in mass happening at an entirely different time, earlier date than it just was announced. There have been a lot of those. There's crazy things like, there's a famous verse in the Bible that has been quoted and songs have written about it, which is, in the day of the millennium, it says, the lion will lay down with the lamb. It's not in the book anymore. It's not in there. Now it says, the wolf, I think, or something like that, will lie down with the lamb. I've looked it up, but it's been a little while. That is a Mandela effect. People testify that things are in different places than they used to be. For instance, the Statue of Liberty, they remember it being a lot closer to New York City than it actually is now. There's all kinds of things. And there's like Berenstain Bears and Bernstein Bears and blah, 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 things like that, that many people remembering being totally differently. Well, evidently, we experienced a type of timeline shift and Mandela effect with Ozzy Osbourne's death yesterday or the day before. So, we're watching it happen live in our lives now because these are becoming much more common. I mean, we're seeing this a lot. We're seeing black spikes, which have been observed for a good while now to be indicative of timeline shifts or jumps. And people are always saying, well, what is a timeline shift? Well, just think about the words. What would a timeline be? You know, Einstein said time was relative. And many people since then, and even before, have believed and said that time, there are different planes, multiple timelines running at the same time. And yet, you're only aware of the one you're on at that time. I mean, usually. The Akashic Records. Oh my goodness, I just dropped it. I'm so sorry. Because of the new case I have on my phone, I have to take it off when I do these things, but they won't fit into my little stand anymore. It becomes slick, and I drop my phone sometimes. Okay, look here. Some people believe, you know, if you just make it real simple, let's just make these lines that run next to each other and say you're on this one right here. Let's say right about here there's a disaster coming. And you're vibing a really high frequency and you're full of life and love and light and you're doing beautiful things and moving towards good. And all of a sudden, you're given an opportunity. Bam, a black spike, timeline shift. And because you're in a high frequency, boom, you get shifted to this timeline where there is no disaster there. And it keeps flowing with much better results. Very simply, that could be a timeline shift. And yes, there's all kinds of things that you can talk about. Some people believe time is like this. So this is like a flat ribbon. I can't draw right now. Yeah! You get the idea. This is a flat ribbon. And if you're on it here, and there are times where all of a sudden things shift, and this next level all of a sudden just sort of comes across and nearly touches you, and you can step over to a different one. Now, other people ask me a very reasonable question, which is, how do you shift from one timeline to the other intentionally? Can you do it intentionally? I believe you can. Because the laws of this world and universe and spiritual law says you draw to yourself whatever you are vibing, whatever your frequency is, comes to you. And the same is true if there's something you're afraid of, or you have a big charge towards. A charge meaning your frequency is unresolved, unfinished, unsettled. You have an opposite charge. You will experience that thing over and over until it is healed. One person gave the example of they were afraid of walking through the forest and big trees and darkness, and they were always fearful because they had a charge about it. And then they finally got over it, and they no longer felt the fear, and weird incidents didn't happen to them anymore relating to that. And that may seem like a small thing, but this is like a principle that plays true in many different directions. So if you are letting your thoughts stay high frequency, and when we say high, we're talking joy and love and peace and hope and light, and you let your actions, your behavior, as well as your thoughts and your feelings stay in that vibe, then when a new timeline shift comes along, is available to avoid disaster or shift to 5D, which I have slipped over into 5D a few times, but I didn't stay there. I came back. I guess it's a matter of time. Of course, that's what we're talking about, isn't it? It's a matter of where we are in time right now. So one of these days, we're going to cross over into 5D for good. 5D meaning fifth dimension, opposed to 3D, which is where we are now, where people have anger, hatred, vice. They want other people's stuff and they steal it. They hurt people. They're threatened by others. There is lack and disease, death, all of that stuff. That's 3D. The way I think about it is we experience illness and all these things because of discord in our lives. Because we as people are not aware of our oneness with Source, with Prime Creator, and with one another. And in that place of division and an unhealthy binary situation, we can hurt other people and not get it. We don't get it, that we just hurt ourselves. We don't get it, that everything is connected and one. But the day that we get it, and when many of us get it, we're going to shift over, and it will change everything. Because suddenly we'll be aware that this is abundance. It's not lack. We'll realize we don't need what someone else has because there's plenty for everyone. We won't be hurting people because we'll know that person is a part of us. We'll understand that quantum material, like they put in that vacuum chamber in that test, DNA, they put in a vacuum chamber and put part of it in another one and then transported one of those vacuum chambers 100 miles away. And then they exposed one of the DNA materials in the vacuum chamber to some sort of stimulus, like a shock or something. And amazingly, the other DNA material 100 miles away responded as if it was present there too. Why? Because it was connected. They have proven that once two things are connected closely in a quantum way, that a laser beam of light goes between those two things. That means people, as well as objects, things, living things like rocks, you name it. And you can take one of those people or whatever all the way to the other side of the earth, and the laser beam never breaks. They are always connected, always one in that sense. So we're going to 5D eventually. And when we all get it, or at least a large amount of us, we'll be going there permanently. And That's part of what these timeline shifts are about, is we are choosing good, we're choosing high frequencies, we're choosing divine love, we're choosing light instead of negativity and darkness. And as we do that, we're being placed into timelines that vibe, mesh, and are in coherence with what we are putting out. That's how you shift, in my opinion, from one timeline to another. Have I experienced anything that very definitely was a timeline shift? Yes. And I've shared it. Of course, my favorite story is one of our tribe who had 6 chickens. And I've told this so many times. This one just blew my mind when I was still trying to make it up about this sort of thing. She had 6 chickens, and we had this huge timeline shift. I mean, big black column spike that day, and I didn't even know about it. I had not reported it or anything. And she said one of her chickens, they're like pets, one of them had died like a month before. And that morning, on this very strange day with a super big black column spike that represents and is indicative of timeline shifts, she went out there and there the chicken was again. The one that had died, there it was. It was alive. It was with the other 5 chickens. And she was like, you can imagine what she thought. And she went inside, and the day before she had cleaned her basement, the rafter area, you know, had a bunch of cobwebs, and she went through and cleaned it all. Well, she went into the basement that same day. The chicken suddenly was there again, and all the cobwebs were back, as if she had not done all that the day before. Well, what do you think? What do you mean, Marguerite? You think that chicken was raised from the dead? No. No, I don't. I've thought it through. She shifted to a timeline where the chicken never died. I know, your brain is probably like going, huh, stop it. You're crazy. Don't talk that way. I had respect for you. If it was just me and that one woman, I would say, okay, whatever. But it has happened to so many of us. So many things have been shared in the comments on these posts where we're talking about it on days like today. You know, why did I wake up this morning with crazy curly hair? Oh, probably nothing to it. But I jokingly say I never know what I'm going to look like from day to day. You can look back on my videos. It almost looks like a different person sometimes, at least to me. I don't know what causes many of the things we deal with, but time is relative. And we are in a timeline shift opportunity, as I call it right now. I think I coined that. A timeline shift opportunity. You don't have to take it, I don't think. Maybe we do have to take one or the other. Maybe we have to go up or down, or maybe we have to go into whatever the cataclysm is coming soon on the old timeline. I really don't know. And I don't think I'm going to have to find out at this point, because these timelines and these spatial anomalies are just booking it. They're just happening everywhere. All right, quick, let's look at some more stuff on the chart. So there's those black spikes indicative of timeline shifts. And look at this. Dear heavens. Yeah, look at that. I call this the wall of red. I saw a few people were calling it that. I don't do it that often anymore because people start asking me, what's a wall of red? I just can't explain everything all the time. I don't have the time with all you lovely folks. Our tribe has gotten so nice and big and beautiful. I really appreciate all of you who can answer things that have been around with us for a good while. Let me explain what we're looking at to you new folks. There's been a silly guy on our thread today running around saying that this is earthquakes. That's all it is, he says. All you people are silly. You think you're feeling all kinds of things because of earthquakes. Well, There are myriad earthquakes on the earth all the time now. You know, there's stuff happening all the time. Pardon me. I'm getting all kinds of notifications, so I'm going to put this thing to sleep. Okay. This is a geophone. This across the top. It's across several of the charts. The background, that's what blue, it's what it normally looks like. This registers vibration. It does take into account seismic activity, as in earthquakes. It also might pick up a big truck that passed by close to wherever this device is. But most of the time they try to put them in areas where that's not going to be the case. This would be the part of our chart here that would show possible earthquake activity. Now, I'm not totally positive about what this one is, but it's clearly measured in hertz, okay? It just appears to be a small spectrograph type window that shows activity, and you just have to look at it to see it. In the background is dark blue, almost black. This one is a spectrogram or spectrograph. I'm pretty certain that's what it's called with the Russian Schumann. And though we've never been given all the names for all of this stuff when we start watching the alternative charts, I'm pretty certain that's what we're looking at. This is in hertz also. Okay? Starts at 0, which is down here, goes to 5, 10, 15, 20, and all the way up to 100. And up here would be 105. And I say it's off the chart. It's out the roof. It's over 100 hertz. And people have been coming on and saying, oh, please, people, good heavens. Go get a life somewhere else and leave us alone. We're just observing this, doing the best we can. This is way over 100 hertz. It is solid red, which is the most intense color we have on this chart. And it's out the top. And it's out the bottom. I don't know. You know, how far does it go either way? Good question. This is huge. This is a lot of energy. This you may be feeling. The same fellow said it was all locational. Well, you know, the geophone is. The geophone is measuring vibration at that location. But this is measuring magnetic fields. It's measuring the spectrograph. It's picking up frequencies, light frequencies, sound, decibels, you name it. All these charts that make up the Schumann resonance, we look at them. All of these, this is a geophone right here. Look at all that. That shows intense vibration. And this is a graph that shows all these different things. This is time. This is the geophone in green. This is ULF noise, 10 hertz. ELF noise at 100. And then the second Schumann frequency is in yellow. It's showing all of these things here. These are multiple Schumann resonance measurements, which all come in to what the Schumann resonance is. It's actually the Schumann resonances. The Schumann resonance, or the heartbeat of the earth, is at 7.83 stable hertz. That stays in the same place. Let's just zoom through here really quick. We have some missing information on charts. A lot of it that has occurred. Let's see if it's even today. No, this is stuck on yesterday. That's stuck on yesterday. That lets me know something hit yesterday stronger than these charts could probably handle. Once again, this is a geophone across the top. But this is a magnetic field, and it tells you right here, and it's in Cascina, Italy. on through. You just have to look at the charts and take note of them. Here's something big hit, and that is today. And that showed about 18 UTC. So this is another one. It's showing the activity here on this graph with the different colors. This is the first Schumann resonance, second Schumann resonance. And see, quickly, let's go look at that. This is what I call the Cadillac of the Schumann resonances. This is the Russian spectrogram, depends on where you're looking at it, what they call it. This is not a blackout, I don't think. I haven't looked at it very hard, but in the afternoon, you see this big black space will appear because the whole thing shifts to the left. Right here is where you find the hertz on the Russian Schumann, right here. These are hertz. This is your time across the bottom, but it's in UTC +7, and they do not acknowledge daylight savings time in Russia. This is based on Tomsk University Russia time, UTC +7 hours. Now, this was about 12 noon here, Eastern Standard Time. It's a 0. And then we go to 1. So that would have been 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock. But it's always an hour or two off with the Russian charts, depending on daylight savings time. Now, this is 7.83 hertz. This line, horizontal. This is the heartbeat of the Earth. This is the baseline of the Schumann resonance. These used to be just hinted at. But now we have steady lines. This is, I guess, the second, the third, and the fourth. Now and then you can see another one down here. These horizontal lines are what you see with the first, second, third, and fourth Schumann resonance. They all combine together to create the Schumann resonances. We watch the spikes, which are the vertical marks, which are amplitude, which you can see right here. Amplitude, okay? There you go. This is the amplitude, and it correlates to the chart above. So, as you can see, we haven't had anything very high. This was the highest, and it was only at 10, which is not huge, and that is amplitude. It's not hertz, it's amplitude. So, nothing major happening on the Russian chart, and it's odd how they do not always correlate, but they don't. Q factors, quality factor, these are other frequencies. I won't go into all that. This one we watch quite a bit. A lot of times, black spikes will show up on this, which is the electromagnetic background chart. We've had these odd white broken lines showing up, but I have not commented on them. But here on this particular app, which is Alex's app, the Schumann Check is one of the names. Let's refresh it, make sure we're up to date. He will give you a look of both the Russian and Cumiana, or the Italian, the most popular Italian chart, and there you can see it. But I come and I go to the actual website, and for those who want to know, there it is, vlf.it. And here's where you can keep up with things sometimes even more accurately, because this is live. And I want you to look here. There are people who've also been watching Stefan on YouTube, and he's brilliant. Yes, we don't agree on everything, and that's okay. Nobody agrees on everything. And Cumiana is up in here. There was nothing up here earlier. There's nothing happening in Italy or out on this island where all these have stations, okay? Sometimes the charts reflect lightning storms in the area. Let's go down and take a look real quick. Oh, shoot, can't do it here. Okay, sorry, I hope I'm not making you dizzy. This is consistent, though. We see the Schumann resonance doing things like it's doing right now. without any spiking of lightning. And sometimes when it has lightning, there's nothing going on. So that is not always a fast rule, is what I'm trying to say to you. This is real. I think you all can feel this one, can't you? This is happening. So far, it has stretched from 1400 UTC to over 1800 UTC. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, over 4 hours we've been having this intense red. And that's what's happening right now. The only thing as high or higher would be a black spike on here, which it's not showing it on this chart at this time. But black spikes, as you'll see from the thing I post often, is the absence of information. It's like a hole in the chart. And there are many ways to interpret it. But we have observed for a long time now, not just me, but many, many people have observed when we see those black spikes, we see timeline anomalies. And that's where we are today. Yeehaw! Okay, let's look real quick over here. Are y'all still with me? Let's take a look quickly and see what's happening right here at Earth. Let me refresh the page and turn all these on. Let's look at the geospace magnetosphere. Here we go. Now, let's see what's happening. This is Earth, half white, half black. That's day side, night side. These are the shields that are supposedly protecting us from incredible energies coming out this direction, out here from the direction of the sun. However, we get a lot of stuff hitting us from behind and around. Look at that. Boom. Now see this? This slider shows you where we are in a 3-hour span. We're coming up right here about now. That is now. It actually prognosticates a little bit further, and I'm sure this has worked with graphs and devices, instruments, and AI are probably monitoring this and giving us these wonderful geospace magnetosphere models. The most intense on this is blue and green. It goes to yellow, then mid-range, orange, and then red is the background. So you can see we're having some activity today. We have seen a lot more before. This is what's happening right here in our atmosphere. This is our atmosphere. This is the whole area around us, the magnetosphere. This is where everything hits. Boom. See it hit? Okay, let's look at density. And density, the most intense is dark blue, the least is white. And it's getting ready to start again. Here we go. Moving on through, and once again, this is Earth, day side, night side. These are our shields. See, I'm getting hit with stuff. Oh, it just reset itself, so I'm going to come back right here, and we're moving towards now. It's at about 1830 UTC right there. All right, now let's take a look at pressure. You can see the shields clearly defined here, but they tend to get blown away nowadays. It didn't look this way when I was first watching this. I haven't been watching this that long. But the day came when all of a sudden the entire atmosphere of the magnetosphere seemed to be blown away. And we see this often now. And you see the slider coming across. It's now at 17 UTC. Coming up on 1830 UTC right here. And this is about now. So the most intense is red, and you can see we have quite a bit of it around us. Okay, y'all. What else shall we look at really fast? Let's see. Already sort of showed you the Russian chart. Let's look at spaceweatherlive.com. And yes, that is the site for you newbies. You can go and look at yourself. You can also get an app. You can get a free version or you can pay for one. Let me refresh everything. And the KP index has dropped from when I looked at it last. It's now down to Well, it's halfway between 3 and 4. 4 is first level of storming. So it's calmed way down. It was KP5 earlier. Here's the aurora. Here's hemispheric power, which has gone way down. We're no longer storming in the disturbance storm time index. It's come up out of that. Solar wind is still crazy, going higher, 733.7 kilometers per second. That's fast. That's like 1,000,000 miles an hour. Okay, that's big. When we see this elevated, there's something going on. We may not see it at the time, but there's something in the works. Density is looking okay. Green is pretty calm, everyone. Yellow lets you know we're going into sort of a warning area elevation. And red is way up there like this. However, when you're looking at the BZ chart, red just means you're in the south. Green means you're in the north. This deals with polarities in the earth and the sun and how we interact. And when it's in the south, we feel it much more. Here's some more magnetometers. And here's our moon phase. Waning crescent, moving into that mysterious dark moon when supposedly anything can happen. I don't know if y'all can see the doves outside my window. The name of my home and my property is Dove Cleft, and there's a reason for that. Besides the fact that there are bunches of doves that hang out here. Oh, look at that. We see this from time to time. I suppose they're going to tell us this is an eclipse season. There just seems to be a whole lot of them. Lots of eclipse seasons that happen. A lot more than I can follow. Solar activity is staying in C range. And how do you know? Y'all who aren't certain what I'm talking about, you're like, what's a C flare? How's that compare? Well, compare. Touch this. And it will show you. A and B are like nothing flares. C is a small flare until it reaches a C with like 9, like a C9. The number next to the letter is important, showing you the power of it. M is a strong flare, and X is the highest that you can go. So we're having very, very calm weather as far as solar flares go. And we only have a 5% chance of an X-class solar flare right now. If you, let's just look at this really quick. Well, there we go. Yes, that's odd. That's supposed to be the sun. You can see all the activity here, but you can also see it's been cut off. Almost like a lens filter. And who knows what causes it? It's never really been explained by anybody. Then I know we can say, oh, well, that's what that means. But anyway, this is showing us 2 hours, very calm, 6 hours, 24 hours, still pretty calm, except for one spike there. And that was about, what, 1700 yesterday. And then we go to 3 days, and it's still fairly calm as far as solar flares go. Now moving on down, this is our live chart that lets you know where we are as far as solar radiation, what's hitting the earth right now. This just shows it's daytime where you see those colors, and here's the graph that lets you know what they all mean. Nothing really worth looking into there, and I don't think we'll take the time to look at stereo today, but let's do something else real quick. Y'all still with me? Those of you who want to read the charts, I'm helping as well as I know how. I'm sharing what I know. This is how you get to SDO, which is a special area that shows you multiple images. I call it Solar Dynamics Observatory. It will show you the sun with different filters on it. Here it's showing the sunspots. And here we're seeing all of these have this funny cutoff area. Except for this one does not. And these two at the bottom don't. This one has just a little bit. These are all filters coming from cameras that are set on satellites viewing the sun. So let's just take a quick look here. Let's try this one. When it says high cadence, let's go with this one. Let's enlarge the image. Whoops, what just happened? Okay. The time is down here. Oh, it was a blackout. That is showing us the 22nd. Now we're on to the 23rd, another blackout. And there were those funny little lens looking things. And it stopped. So let's back up, if it will let us. There you see the lens thing, but let's look at the actual blackout. And this is really hard to do. You gotta do it so slow. If you can actually see, it looks like black fabric. Can't get it to do it slow enough. There'll be sections blacked out. Yeah, can't go slow enough to show you right now. So the sun is blacking out. Everything is okay. Everybody relax. That's just an interesting thing to watch, and it's happening right now. And when it does, things to me, they feel kind of iffy when that's happening. So what else do we have to look at? I think we've looked at everything. Let's go back really quickly and take another look at Cumiana and see if the nice big wall of red, as I call it, is lighting up any. If we have any new stuff, you have to refresh this. Got to refresh all these. They don't necessarily do it on their own. Oh, look here. While we've been talking, we're getting a reprieve. Where it was pretty solid before, it's opening up more to a background, a lot easier, not as strong frequency. But it's still very strong down here, which is from 0 hertz to about 25 to 30 hertz. And if you all remember, at this point, you can go and look at those charts that I have made available to you at the top of the page, where you can see how these frequencies correlate with our brain waves. And whatever is lit up is going to be influencing your brain. If you're sleepy, a lot of times it will be because it's these low frequencies that are related to sleep. The frequencies your brain goes into when it's sleeping. When it's like this, it's shooting into gamma, which is a super high frequency where the waves move really quickly and you have aha moments and revelations, and some people feel anxious. One of the things I just want to say to you all is it's not worth getting anxious over. I know a lot of it is, well, let's click back in there. It's subconscious. It's just your body reacting to something new. Let me remind you, I saw myself in the image. I'm wearing 2 today. I'm wearing a gold and a silver. This is the one. This is the smallest, lightest of all the pendants I have on my store online. Look at all the stones that are on the back, which are all beneficial. This one has a little crystal in the center. This is the lightest and the thinnest. This is Flower of Life, silver. It also has the stones on the back. There are 14 stones in the ones that are about this size. And if there's a stone on the front, it's going to have 13 on the back for a total of 14. These are going to have 14 on the back because there's not a stone on the front. And they're available in all different colors just for your preference. And because they're just pretty darn pretty. They're beautifully made. Also, I wear the bracelets, which also have the stones in them. They're on the back. I don't know if you can really tell that, of the bracelet. So all this is scalar energy, which helps us come to zero. It helps us come to a calm place in alignment with Earth frequency. So you can be hit with a lot of stuff, but if you're wearing things that some people call an EMF, protection, it's more than that. This brings your body into a place of homeostasis, and your mind too. It's very helpful. And also, if you have some shungite, and I've got in a bunch of these little bags of shungite, and these are the marble size ones. I see the cats have been playing with them on my drawing table because they're kind of spread out all over the place. Shungite is unique. It has unique qualities that are very helpful during events, you know, energetically like we're experiencing right now. It will help you feel better. You can also, I drop bags of that on top of my Wi-Fi box because it will not stop or hinder your Wi-Fi from working, but it helps neutralize the negative stuff coming from it into your home and so forth. I never had Wi-Fi before, but because of our channel and our group, I actually have it now. I wish there was a way I could do without it, but I can't. So wear the stuff you have right now when the energies are so high. Do the heart-brain coherence meditation, and I drop it along into our Facebook page. Let me show you. Often you will find it under post where we're having high frequencies. And let me see, where's one where I do it. I drop in the color guide, or the guide I put together to help you understand the colors in the charts. I drop in something about what a black spike is. These are some of the common things I put in for you all to help you understand. And then I put this in. I'm going to pull this out of here again. This one. This is my page. The comments underneath. This one is the old people, you know, say it to take care of your wee little selves. That's what I say to you all and to me. And it gives you a list of things you can do to help yourself flow with these energies and not be battered around so much. And one of the things is do the heart, see it, do the heart-brain coherence meditation, and here's the link. This will take you to my YouTube channel because Facebook deleted all of the old videos, even the ones that I had up in the featured post at the top of the page for you. So now you're going to have to go to the heart-brain coherence meditation, which is shown here at the bottom. And you can watch it on YouTube, and it's only 3 minutes long, the actual thing, and we're going to do it today before we get off of here. Those of you who are having some symptoms you're not enjoying, the heart-brain coherence meditation is an amazing scientific thing. It's so simple. It doesn't contradict any of your spiritual, religious beliefs, and it can reset you and turn you around and just drain or replace the anxiety with peace and love. You can experience a lot of wonderful things. If you're having some irregular heartbeats, you can find that many times they may be gone and normalized at the end of doing this amazing little meditation exercise. This also is the link to my online store. It's all in this little post. I'm dropping in a lot. Let's see, let's show the whole thing. And so you can touch that and go to the online store and see the things I've been talking about that are helping so many people sleep. They say better than they have slept in many, many years. I also have earthing equipment on there to help you. Okay, now let's do the heart-brain coherence meditation. The actual thing only takes about 3 minutes. So let's do it. And I will keep up with the time for us. So let me put it where I can see it well. Okay. It's to there. We'll be done. All right. So all we need to do this, and by the way, don't be surprised if you feel amazing bliss, peace, love, connectedness to our source as well as to each other. And if many of your symptoms seem to smooth out, it happens a lot with this. I have to give a disclosure. It doesn't, no one has all the same reactions all the time or responses. So touch your heart area. Just bring your attention to your heart area. This will activate your heart torus field, which is incredibly powerful, and your brain torus field. The heart is actually more powerful than the brain, but this one we have going all the time in our world. And you have to activate this one by what we're about to do. Touching here, imagine breathing in and out from the heart. Breathe in. Just see the breath coming in from the heart area. That activates this. Now think of something that you're really thankful and grateful for. Something that's important to you. Our page is important to me. Don't be surprised. We're going to go somewhere. I can already feel it. This may be a very powerful meditation. Can you already feel it? I can. Don't be surprised if you can sense the other people here with us. I can already feel you all out there. Hard to describe how, but I can. Don't be surprised if you feel the connection between us all, and the love, and how we're all one. And in this place, don't be surprised if you experience physical healing or emotional healing or mental healing, anything like that. So I'm grateful for our tribe. That's one of the things I can be grateful for, that we are not alone in all of this. We have each other. I'm grateful for my fur babies. You all might have fur babies or children that you're grateful and thankful for. You might be thankful for your home. I'm always thankful for the day of my spiritual awakening. So let's do this. Breathing in and out from the heart, touching the heart area, and thinking and letting yourself feel gratitude. And I'll let you know when the 3 minutes is up. So let us begin. Oh my goodness, this is powerful. another shift. If you have some sort of a physical problem right now, just let your hand, your other hand, touch wherever it is. And let that healing flow into you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, love. Thank you. We're almost done. Just a little bit longer. I could stay here, but I won't, because I know you all have things you gotta do. Thank you. Okay. That was beautiful. Thank you all for joining me. That shifted my vibe. Wow. I love you, fellow Schumannites. We really are a family and a tribe. We're global. We're kindred spirits, as my old mentor used to say. You're priceless. You're the best. And as we go on through this day, realize that what we just did with the heart-brain coherence will last for hours into the day, and that you can do this at any time, even by yourself. You don't have to be with me, but you can always go and tune in to the video that's always present, that I will post most of the time in the comments. Beautiful. Okay, y'all, remember, we're not going through all this for nothing. There's a reason for all this. There's a reason for this incredible photonic energy. We are being upgraded in our DNA so that we will align with 5D. So we're not going through all this for nothing. We're going someplace really good. 5D. Love you much. See you later.